Hello, everybody. Okay, so yeah, welcome to the first episode of the Whibs member spotlight. Now, because this is all new, I want to explain everything. So here we go. The Whibs Zone is a Discord community geared towards content creators and creative folks in the numerous areas of media. Like be it illustration, writing, voice acting, game development, streaming, YouTube content creation and entertainment, crafts and everything like that, like also tabletop gaming and fitness even. So the concept of this community is to share our work, make connections and network, plus help each other out and, even teach each other stuff, which is, together. Anyway, so with that in mind, I decided to do a monthly member spotlight to showcase members of the Discord in a talk show interview format to talk about things that they were working on, the history behind what they do, and any helpful advice they'd like to give to the viewers, and so on and so forth. So, which brings me to the introductions of my first guest. So if you'd like to unmute yourselves. Hello!
Hello!
Hello. Any
helpful advice you'd like to
Oops, hang on.
Viewers?
No, stop phone. Ignore that. Anyway.
There's an echo in here.
So yeah, please introduce yourselves. Who are you?
Yeah, okay. Hello, I'm Marley from Time Channel. My lovely co-host.
My name is Cara. I do nothing and leech off of your work.
That's not true.
You merely provide the dick jokes.
You merely provide the dick jokes, yeah. Well, I just keep you around for the dick.
Clarity. Oh, you're breaking up there. Hello?
Oh no!
Oh no, it's fine. I got you now.
Okay, probably just because I'm moving the window a bit.
Yeah, so let's get into it. So I want to know, how did you both meet? Because I know that you knew each other before you moved to Japan, right?
Yes, we did. The short version is that we met in college. The long version is that we ended up having a mutual. Well, I made a friend on DeviantArt that happened to be Cara's bestie, and then they discovered what college I was going to, and they were like, "Wait, my best friend starts there. What?" And so we connect that way.
Told me my this friend Angela out there, if you're watching,
hey.
You're not, but she was like, oh, there's this girl who at College of Santa Fe who likes Silent Hill, so you should be friends with her. It's like, yeah, dude. So that happened.
and the rest is history. We've now known each other, I don't know, 12 years.
12 years? Yeah. Oh, nice.
It's twice the length of my marriage. Wow. Should have married you after all.
Oh. Oh boy. Well, moving along. Yeah. Yeah, so
if you want more awkward moments like this,
please subscribe.
Smash that like button.
Yeah, but speaking of subscribing, the YouTubes. So so after you met each other and you've become good friendos, how did this whole YouTube thingy start with you guys?
Okay, so Cara was already in Japan.
Yeah.
I was still in the... And I was enjoying myself watching a few particular channels, and I was just like, this reminds me of when we all hung out together in college and watched each other play video games and as a group, and it was this whole thing. I was like, but on a much grander scale, because you're reaching out to the public. So one day I just gonna do the thing. So I got some money together and I bought some equipment, decided I was gonna do the thing. So for the first part of the channel's history, like at first I was just doing like weekly little compilation videos, and actually most of them were not horror oriented. We're a very horror oriented channel these days. Back then it was just like whatever I happened to be playing.
Oh, okay.
So there's like there's like Fallout and all this stuff happening, but it was all chopped down into much shorter videos, you know, like 5 to 10 minutes at most.
Yeah.
Most of the time. And then when I moved here, I don't even know how like we just suddenly fell into. Do you remember? We just kind of fell into starting to do like actual Let's Plays.
I don't know. What was the first?
What was like
I
the
was
first?
a guest.
I remember like we played some Borderlands.
Yeah.
We played some Borderlands, and that was more compilation style. Like that wasn't full-fledged LP Let's Play. But then I don't know. I think we were just we just kind of fell into it after. At some point during the first year, we just fell into it, and then after a while, it was just like, you know, like this isn't really. We've been kind of pushing for like a gentle rebrand. You know, everything kind of has my name all over it.
Yeah. And
really, it's the two of us. So we've been last year or so, we've been kind of pushing for this gentle rebrand of the Tea Time. Because I mean, it's a duo at this point, and we also have other friends from time to time, on some of our exploits. But it was just something that just kind of fell together naturally, kind of like us back in college. We just kind of fell together somehow by chance. I mean, it was a small school. We might have eventually discovered each other. You know, but
yeah.
The chances are we might have never known each other if we hadn't had that connection of Angela on DeviantArt.
Yeah,
we're all DeviantArt, bringing people together.
We say it with both nostalgia and venom in our voices.
It's a blessing and a curse, DeviantArt.
Yep. Not wrong.
Oh, so you mentioned horror, right? Before you did more variety, like Let's Plays and stuff. So why horror? Why are you focusing on horror now?
It's the best.
It's the best.
No, it's just it's a lot of fun, and I find that a lot of friends and just a lot of people I talk to say like, oh, I love watching people play Silent, or I love watching people play like horror games, but I can't play them. I'm scared. Like, so I think it's sort of fun to like make those videos for people who don't who either can't play it because of fear, paralyzing fear, or you know, just either way, it's our favorite genre of game. So I think it's something that we want to focus on.
A lot of and movies and things as well. I think we're both just focused in on that as a very broad genre.
Yeah.
From you know, the most gory whatever fun times to like old classic black and white.
And we've done like we did like the Twin Peaks coffee taste
test,
which was like, you know, Georgia Coffee did and Twin Peaks did this like weird collaboration back when Twin Peaks was running in the 90s, and you know, so we did like and in honor of the new Twin Peaks kind of test and stuff. So that's kind of horror light, really, because that's more of like spiritual guidance, you know. But, but yeah, you know, any and all kinds of horror. We just love it.
Oh wow! So it sounds like horror is like a big thing for you, but like
it's
so as well as gaming, I take it like the horror also like, you know, shaped your life as you grew up. Perhaps could you tell me more? More about that?
Massive. Oh, it's been massive in my life. Like when I was a kid, I used to have really bad night. I don't know if I could call them night terrors. That sounds pretty intense. But I had nightmares. It's like almost every. And I don't know. Like I started watching, the classic movie channel, and I found, you know, they started showing a bunch of horror movies, and I started watching them, and it's like you know, I was scared of them, but at the same time I was kind of like facing these scary things. And then like the more horror that I exposed myself to, again, I was like 7, you know, in the middle of like my parents' divorce and whatnot.
Right.
And the more that I got exposed to it, I kind of felt less frightened of things and felt like better about facing challenges in my life.
Oh, okay.
That's a really deep answer about why you like horror, but
no, that's great.
It really helps me. And I think I have the same, like, it's not quite the same level, but I feel like I was, you know, my mother kind of encouraged, she was actually really encouraging of a certain level of weirdness and getting into like the dark things. She felt that it was like healthy to have that fascination. And but you know, there was always kind of this line, because I also grew up with like grandma, great grandma. There's always kind of this line. So if I wanted to go any darker than Dracula and ghost stories, I had to kind of seek it out on my own. And I feel like in a similar way to self, like it wasn't something that was accessible to me until I got older. So it was something that I was kind of obsessed with. Like I would just like eat it up whenever I could get my hands on anything.
Oh wow.
Really, really dark and satisfying.
Yeah. So what about games then? Because, you know, we hope a lot of your channel is not just games, however, it does play a big part. What
growing up gamer?
Yeah. What was your first game that you remember playing?
Easy answer.
Oh yeah?
For me, it was Frogger on the Intellivision when I was like 3. I was like 3 years old or something. My parents, and then they realized, hey, this is a one-time investment babysitter. You just put the child there, and then they just be there. And I just would stay there forever. My 3-year-old self playing Frogger. But I'm really good at crossing.
Really good at jaywalking.
Really good at jaywalking.
I learned about the dangers of jaywalking.
Dangers of jaywalking. Be careful.
Life lessons from Frogger. You've heard it here first.
Yeah. I'm trying to remember. I'm not sure if I know for certain which one was the first one I played. The first game I ever saw was some game that like at the time I didn't realize he was my mother's. And I was like, oh, this is this guy that my mom's friends with, and we go over to his house and hang out and have dinner sometimes. I was so clueless.
Oh.
But he showed me some game he had on. It might have been a hack. Really old. I don't even know, like One Color on Black kind of like adventure game. Like
Zork.
Some guy like going through with a sword.
Oh, there were pictures.
No, there were pictures.
That's
it wasn't quite.
It wasn't quite.
I played Zork. But that was the first one I ever saw. Played probably something because I have one random vivid memory of being at like a friend of my mother's, like they were having like a little get together, and she brought the kid along because she had a child, and like they were like, oh, you should hook up the Nintendo so that she can play a thing. And I'm not 100% sure what it was, but I do remember it was Mario, and I remember being really tiny and doing the thing where you jump up and down with the controller because you're trying to get him to jump, because I didn't understand how to make him jump far.
What a noob. We would have totally...
You would have very much so. I'm to this day, I'm the only...
Oh.
No cousins, no nothing. Like, nobody's into it. So so it's a similar thing to horror. Like, anytime I could get my hands controller, like I just ate it up.
I can't remember what my first, because I remember the Sega Master System. It's definitely the first console I played on. It's a good old Alex Kidd and Sonic Master System version of Sonic the Hedgehog.
Yeah.
Oh, blimey.
Gotta go fast.
It was the Master System version is really hard.
Yeah, I bet.
Oh gosh, and the controller was awful. Didn't help. It was just this like rectangle. It was smaller than the Nintendo one, I think. Maybe I'm just misremembering.
Remember. Because I know all of my knowledge of like really old games. Like secondhand, I'm like, I seen a picture once. I never seen one in real life.
Oh.
So sad.
I know.
Oh man.
I was deprived.
You had a real babysitter.
Yeah, like my grandma.
Sorry, Grandma, not as fun as an Intellivision.
Oh.
Sick burn against your grandma. Hope she's not watching.
Oh no, she wouldn't understand. Even if I invited her, she'd be like, "What is this?"
You wouldn't understand my.
She wouldn't know. She wouldn't know what that meant. Like even in passing, she's so out. She's so ridiculous.
Oh. I'm neither sick nor burning. What's going on?
What do you mean, bird? I don't understand.
My grandparents. It's okay. They were old. And one of them totally deserved it.
What it was?
Dude, she deserved it so hard.
It's fine. Again, join us for more awkward, like, family babble on the fucking tea time, because this is the shit we talk about.
That is perfectly
Like,
fine.
oh, well, that's nice they had a good grandma. I didn't.
Lots of crazy racist grandma.
Yeah.
All of them.
Yeah. Mine's not crazy.
Just racist.
No. She's very mousy. Very, like, mousy, and she doesn't know shit. Anyway.
Aww.
Oh.
Think people. That's awful. I'm sorry. I apologize for
Anyway, alright, so let's talk about skills. You know, skills.
Math
Yeah.
skills.
Yeah, what?
Nunchuck skills.
Nunchuck skills.
It's a horribly dated reference. Sorry.
But it's. So
I
good.
have a plus I have +1 in hopscotch. Now let's see.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yes. And some tiddlywinks. I can do that. Sick tiddlywink skills.
Yeah. Yeah, bro. It's every day, bro.
But yeah, as your time as a gamer and time as a YouTuber, so what skills have you picked up or learned as you went on?
Like real world skills. I honestly really think that video games are good for your brain. I keep telling my students' parents, like, you guys, I'm serious about games, dude. It's helping your children develop their mind. And like, I was a terrible student because childhood trauma, long story, but we laugh through it. It's okay. We like to have fun on this channel. But like in high school, I failed my freshman biology, but I got 100% on the section that was about viruses and mitochondria and stuff like that.
Yeah, I remember.
Because I was playing a lot of Resident Evil and Parasite, and so I learned all about that stuff.
Ah,
And I got like 100 on that just from my knowledge.
that's amazing.
So, there's that.
Yeah.
I definitely owe a lot to the good old War game, filling me in on friggin' 3 Kingdoms era China, and then I like went and actually learned real history and was like, it's kind of funny. This isn't actually all made up. Like there's some characters and some situations that are based on legend, but there's a lot of battles where it's like, oh, like I know, like I studied, so then I studied Chinese history, so then it was like, oh, it's this battle. Oh, damn, son, like things really go down. And
I've been there.
I understand. It's like, oh shit, it's this one.
I was on the front line.
I'm like, move up in this bitch. Don't pursue. Do not pursue. Don't do it. But I think but schools is say like, as it kind of feeds into being a YouTuber, banter.
Yeah.
Banter.
Yeah, because we always, it's like the way that we play do our Let's Plays is just like how we would be talking to each other.
Yeah.
When Marley first moved to Japan, she stayed at my house. I was still married. She stayed at my house for
slept on your couch
for like 2 weeks,
or something.
And we just started playing like
Deadly Premonition.
Deadly Premonition, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And
that was the first time
we were basically playing it. We're still playing Deadly Premonition on the channel.
Yeah, we're doing it right
like
now.
We started it. We're doing it again.
Been a while.
But I mean, it's the same. Basically, the banter's kind of this.
It's a similar thing because I think it's important to like have some banter where you want to talk about the game for sure. You want to talk about what's happening, but you also have to be able to fill the time. It's like nothing's really happening, and I'm driving across the map for the 50th time in this episode because I keep having this map so huge. Or
Tell a funny story.
Tell a hilarious story, or talk about our old lady circulation legs, maybe. Which also ends up being hilarious somehow. So, just making light of becoming old ladies.
Mm-hmm.
I not too long ago I started a second channel and it's just me.
Yeah.
And it's a completely different ball game. Like having to talk to yourself is a completely different ball game. So, which I know a lot of people can understand. So much more streaming happens these days.
Yeah.
That's such a big thing, and I know you have to just be used to talking to yourself. Okay, like
you're not
but
crazy.
You can't stop. You just can't stop because if you stop for too long, then
the void of silence.
Unless like sometimes there's situations where, like in a recent episode I uploaded my Souls channel, like it's a big boss fight. It's a big boss fight in the history of the whole Souls series. So it took me like an hour to do. So when you see the full version of me beating it, it's quiet because I was concentrating. Because I've been trying for an hour talking, and I was like, I can't talk.
Yeah.
Gotta stop. Talking and playing at the same time is a lot more difficult than you think.
Oh yes, like I need so I go really quiet, especially with like raiding in a game I play. I die so much just because I'm so distracted. I need a raid face. That's what I need.
Yeah.
Oh man. So would you say a lot of the things you picked up would be transferable to real life? Like
science and history.
Science and
history.
I would say, I think that having to constantly, we're presenting ourselves. For us, it's in a very casual feeling kind of way because we're like in my apartment or whatever recording. But at the end of the day, we are having to present ourselves, and that that's a kind of having the confidence to just keep going. Because recently I had a job. I'm having a job changeover. I'm having lots of job interviews, and I was terrified to get back into interviewing, but I actually feel like all these years of just talking with confidence, even if I don't know what I necessarily am talking about. Presenting that confidence. Actually, it does have some real world applications. At least in that world.
Sweet. No, really, it does help a lot with like just talking to strangers and stuff. That's hard.
Yeah.
It's definitely and there's also this sense of like you want to present your authentic self.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
for sure, and you don't want to compromise on that.
Right, which is why we can't be monetized.
Yeah. Because if we were monetized, every single video, even if we were monetized every single video, YouTube, with the way YouTube is right now, they'd be like, yeah, this isn't appropriate. No, this isn't appropriate either. Please stop talking about your lady parts, okay?
They exist.
We don't want to recognize that they exist. Dick jokes are fine, but don't talk about anything else.
And God forbid female nipples. Oh my gosh.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no.
No, those are the worst.
No, that's just...
That's disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. Why would you bring that up?
Oh, I'm so sorry. I'll just do it.
You've offended me. I'm offended every time I take a shower. And
No!
I have to take my clothes off.
Mine are pixelated. I don't know what you're talking about.
I got surgery to pixelate them.
God, is that the next new trend?
Tattoo pixels over
To
your
tattoo
nipples.
pixels over?
Dude, somebody's done.
Yeah,
Yeah.
probably.
No, the sim showering method is the future.
Yeah. Little sensor bar pops up.
Yeah.
Oh, then where will our our shoujo manga moments where like somehow like the hero accidentally falls into the shower and like pulls the curtain down? It's like, oh no, I'm naked. Like that won't have a place anymore because there'll be automatic censor bars in the future.
But yeah, like they love that. They love
do.
that. They don't want to see everything.
No.
I've had experience. It's just I don't even. I'm not gonna. Don't want to see too much of it. Show too much of it, then that's not fun anymore.
It's just
Okay,
not fun
whatever.
anymore.
Apologies for the digression.
All of us.
Yeah.
For more digression.
Yeah.
All right. So now we talk about like social and personal skills and stuff. But how about technical skills you've picked up along the way? Have you learned a lot of stuff while making videos?
Yeah, Marley. I mean, she does everything. Again, I provide the, but she does all the technical stuff.
Mhm.
It must loads of stuff.
Well,
I mean, we learned about audio.
Yeah, we both.
And stuff
I mean,
in
what
college,
we did in
but-
college was video editing. I mean, that was. I mean, our degrees are in, so we spent a lot of time with that sort of thing. I think, yeah, I've definitely learned some basic things about trying to make sound better when
Yeah.
you don't have an idea set up.
Yeah.
You don't have a fancy place, like a fancy soundproof room. You have to deal with high ceilings and things like that. And trying to make it sound as good as possible, without because unfortunately, like with our setup, even if we invested in expensive equipment, like it would help, but it wouldn't solve all of our problems. We don't have a. We're a micro channel, like we don't have stuff for that.
Yeah.
But we do what we can, and I think also just doing it for so long, you learn to do them pretty quickly. Even if I feel like I have to sit down and watch really closely because like maybe I want something. Sometimes the hamsters are a little loud at wheels and get it fixed up. And so I'm like, all right, I should just like listen through the whole half hour or whatever to make sure that if there's a silent moment where you hear I cut that out, as amusing as it is to know that there are hamsters in the upstairs, like but
That's
I
how
think
we're
it's,
running the power. To the
yeah, that's the real
powering the whole apartment
powering
based
the-
on Ziegler.
we're powering the mighty tiny old man onion.
Just runs around.
Just runs forever. But I think it's been more so just okay.
You have
I
to learn
have
how to record and how to hook up your stuff.
I've had
hook
to
up your systems to recording.
and I had to learn how to
software, all kinds of
back
other
before
stuff
we
that we
had
didn't learn.
the nice Elgato now for the newer system, right? It doesn't work on all systems, but I had this old like DVR box that was my original equipment that I bought like way back when I started, which was fine for component stuff, except that when I moved to Japan, they don't use components, D-terminal. So I had to buy like extra stuff, and I had so many extra cables running on my television to make it work.
It was hilarious.
It was kind of ridiculous, but it was just this mountain just to get this one box to like, and I had it set up all the time because it was not doable to undo it. So I had to like leave the DVR box on at all time, no matter what. Otherwise, I wouldn't be able to watch things, play things on my regular. regular time.
Oh gosh.
Yeah. So it's always just been kind of this thing of like, I need this thing to happen. Don't know how to make it. I'm gonna teach myself how to make it happen. Except I've never may notice there's no like animation in any of our intros or anything because I suck at animation and I've always sucked at animation. I basically failed the animation part of our post-production class, so you know, maybe someday.
Keyframe.
Keyframe.
Yeah. I can keyframe. I can do keyframes.
That's all I did in my
I can keyframe. That's the only thing I can do, and that's so time consuming.
It is.
God. Just the amount of time it takes to make one little piece of text go to the other side of the screen. So,
animators heroes.
Yes, they are. Absolutely.
All right, well, let's talk about technical difficulties. So, you know, that since we work with technologies, and technologies sometimes want to fight us, is there any, like, things that have really annoyed you? Like, stuff you've really had to overcome?
This is very relevant.
This is extremely relevant.
Yeah?
Well, let's see. Our entire archive drive, like the drive that the entire history time is on there. Every graphic, anything, every PSD, I keep all of my stuff. Maybe like, I think about 2 days before this happened, I was like, you know, that's a lot of stuff. It take a long time, but I should back that up on my other. I have like 3 extra. I should back that up on my other secondary drive. I'm not using the secondary now since we're not recording any PC stuff that's huge. So I should do that. That way I have a backup. And literally, like, I don't know, within 48 hours, I like went to take a shower while something was exporting, and our archive drive died.
No.
Oh, that's It may not. We still don't actually. I don't think it's actually toast. I think power board is just dead. But I don't know how I'm ever going to find just a power board for it here.
Yeah,
especially because it's a couple of years old.
Yeah, you guys did some pretty intense shooting.
Yeah, several hours. Thanks, Harrison.
Who did our
he's the guy who did our new icon.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, he tried to help us cover all that, but that didn't happen. I mean, we've also had some ridiculous situations where like audio didn't record right. Do you remember having to like re-record? I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's been at least like three or four times where we've had to either re-record commentary because the video was fine, but like the audio didn't, right? There was one time when I think an audio file just went missing. And I think I literally, because Audacity does this thing where it doesn't ask you before you close something unless you've already saved it. If you haven't saved it and you close it, it doesn't say anything.
Oh, there's no prompt.
There's no prompt.
Oh.
So I mean, you know, trial and error. You learn like okay, save this as a project. So even if something weird happens, like I'll deal with filtering it and stuff later so that it sounds. But save it as a project. The moment that we finish recording that, you know,
technical difficulties with the games too. Like, you know, we started playing Deadly Premonition on the PC, the director's cut version.
Yeah.
And like, it was garbage. Like, I mean, like, sorry, Swery. I know you're watching and you're a big fan of ours. But like the 360 version it runs fine, but like the PC version just doesn't run. Like, it just doesn't work.
Bad. I mean,
so we got through about like a quarter of the or half the game.
No,
game?
not even. We didn't even.
Really? Dang. Okay, well, we got through a few chapters.
We got like through the first. We got through the first big spooky.
This is like the first 2 chapters.
Okay.
And then the 3rd chapter, we just it just wouldn't load up.
It wouldn't load. We saved and it was fine. Like it loaded, we saved and it was fine, and then when we came back, it wouldn't load.
Yeah.
And so we tried redoing.
Oh god, it was hours of googling and trying to like change the code. It was ridiculous. And
it was bad. Installing, there was actually like a fixed file that somebody had made that didn't install. And it was like, okay, I was okay, we're gonna redo the whole chapter. Which,
Oh,
when you do a chapter, when you go back and you're like, I want to start from this chapter, I want to start the game from point.
yes.
You can't save.
You can't save.
You can't save until you finish that chapter.
Oh gosh.
Saves are cut off. I don't know why. I don't know why this is a thing. So
Sweary, I hope you're listening.
No, he's drinking. No, he's asleep and like the GD's happening. He's like asleep somewhere. He's passed out drunk.
Him and 51.
Yeah, right.
Oh yeah, GDC's on now, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh.
So, man, that was bad. I don't know how many times. I think I tried it once without you, and it worked. And then, or it let me through, but then it didn't. I don't even know. Yeah. But we played it together. Actually, it's on the channel. If you go on the Deadly Premonition playlist and you go forward a couple, I think it's like after like part 5 or something. There's like a part question mark where we recorded a bunch of our technical difficulties we had at that moment. And there's this moment where it's like, we finally finished the chapter. Yes, we'll be able to save and continue our game, and it just won't load.
No.
And it's just silence.
Yeah, so basically,
it's
Marley had to go back, play the entire thing up to that point on the 360.
Yeah. Oh, blimey. How long is each chapter then?
They vary.
Yeah.
They vary. So there's chapters and episodes. So and I can never remember which is part. So the part where we're at, last part 7. At that point, the chapters start in the beginning. They're pretty long. Some of them are really long.
Yeah.
And then the point where we're at in the game now, they start getting really short because I assume they ran out of money. Presumably, that's why.
Never mind, Swear. I hope you're not watching.
I'm pretty sure that there wasn't any money left to make the PS2 trees. So
yeah.
Oh, those trees. Oh, it's bad. But the thing about Deadly is that it's bad, but it's still really good.
It's wonderful.
It's a wonderful, like, cult classic kind of feel. Very enjoyable.
Twin Peaks without any of the substance.
Yes.
There you go. Deadly Premonition. Bad, good, no substance, but good and wonderful.
Yeah.
It's good.
It's good.
It's good. It's just don't play on PC.
Okay, don't play on PC. Okay.
Play on Xbox.
Hey. Alright, now I want to ask you if you have any advice for anyone that want to, start their own like gaming videos and let's plays. What would you tell yourself at the very beginning? If you had a time traveling device and you had a chance to go back in time and then confront yourself, what would you tell yourself? Advice. Go.
It's funny. I have advice for like everybody except us. Because it seems to me like, watch out for what's blowing up. That seems to be the way, especially within the horror game. Sub to a lot of different horror games. And they're all playing the same things, like basically at the same time. Everything goes up at the same time. Markiplier will play this game, and then PewDiePie will play this game, and everybody okay, Pewds isn't a horror gamer, but whatever. Like, they'll it's kind of good to hop on the trends. Like Five Nights at Freddy's alone made so many channels blow up. Yeah. Like people that you never would have, like people that had hardly any subscribers, came out of it with like 500K just for playing Five Nights at Freddy's, like or more, but pretty, it's pretty good to keep an eye on the trends and what's popular. And those indie games that like people don't want to play but they want to see. That's really good. But we don't do any of that. So it's like, I know that all that stuff would build our audience. Like that's not what we do at all. We just kind of play what we want to play.
Play what we want to play, and it does. I mean, we do listen to what people ask for.
Yeah. People
yeah.
wanted us to play Evil Within
They
2.
really wanted us to play the Evil Within 2. I kept getting little messages where it was like, "Where's Evil Within 2?" And it was like, "Oh, like, cause I figured that I wasn't sure if we'd even play it on the channel, cause like
just everybody had
already played it by the time we had time to sit down with it. And I was like, I don't. Nah, maybe we will. I don't know. But then it was just all of a sudden, it was like everyone and their dogs played it. It's fine. And no, everyone we're. And I always felt like our Evil Within LP was like had really big golden moments, but was also kind of a mess because like I had not played the game, but I've seen the whole game, and so there's a lot of me.
You watched
like
me play the
I
game,
watched you play it, yeah. When it
a
came,
true
when it...
master. And zero death.
And I don't know, like I was like really surprised that was something like people wanted. Oh, I always thought it wasn't a mess.
Again, I think that's like a game people wanted to watch, but didn't want to play.
Yeah. And right now, I go up and down on whether or not I'm enjoying whether or not I'm. Yeah. One episode, I'm like, okay, yeah, no, this is fine, we're getting somewhere, we're gonna do it, and then the next one, I'm like, I'm so sick of this shit. Like,
yeah, all capitals.
So get real salt. The salt level goes up and down in that game.
But you see, salt is very entertaining, however. So...
Yeah.
listening to it, yeah. Experiencing it, not so much.
Right? Yeah, you don't want to experience it, but it's funny to watch somebody.
Yeah.
Subscribe now for more suffering. Salt in the wound.
Ain't nobody does it better than us. Like the best of us.
I was gonna say like champs.
Like champs.
Suffer like. I'm trying to think. Yeah, Time Machine. Like, I think actually the advice that I have for other people is how I went into YouTube on my own, which is just, and it's the same thing. Like I would tell myself, yeah, no, you're right. Like this is how you should do it. Like for once, I had to look back and be like, no, you did the right thing. Which is like just know what you want to get out of it. If you want to start creating, I mean, we're like a tiny little micro, and like certainly it would like, just be like the greatest blessing to like suddenly have the chance to like blow up and have a bigger audience and more people that we're reaching out to. But
that is not going to happen.
No, that's not
something people need to. But we've always kind of known that. It's like it's been kind of our.
Yeah, this is something that we do anyway because. It and we enjoy doing it and we like even if we're micro, like we see you, we know who you are. Those people who have been some of you have been
every one of you. All 114
of you and some I've found like in the last, I think even just this past year, like I've really realized like how long some people have been watching us, like 2-3 years, like
that's
following
good.
Even through all like the long lulls here and there, and like us figuring out like what the fuck we were doing. And yeah, so we have a really small audience, but a pretty dedicated one, I would say. They're not we don't have like shit loads of comments and all this stuff like going on, but they're always there, and they're always like watching what they like. Whatever we put that they like, they're there and they're watching it. So, and sometimes, they wait for us to like finish something to watch it. So totally legit, because I do that with some channels where I'm like, I want to watch that, but I want to wait until I finish the game or whatever. So,
spoilers.
I definitely think no matter what, I would tell myself and anybody else who wants to start creating that, just know what you want to get out of it, because if you're just doing it 'cause you want fame and fortune, like you're gonna burn out. You're gonna burn out.
There's
like,
no fortune
unless you get
no money on YouTube.
Lucky.
Now.
Like know what you're doing it for. If you're doing it, you don't have to do it just for fun. You want to, like, it's okay to like want to become well known.
Yeah, just
Get
priorities,
some
right? Have to get them.
Notoriety, but
Mm.
like, yeah, prioritize what really for us is like it's a good time, and we'd be playing it and saying this crap anyway, so we might as well share it with the world. And
And that goes for videos non-gaming too. Like,
yeah,
Yeah.
we would have been going to the Resident Evil attraction
right.
in Odaiba, and we would have been going to all these other things anyway.
We'd
Might
be
as well
going
make
to
a video
Tokyo
on
Comic
it.
Con. We'd be going all that stuff. And I think for us on a more personal level is also like because we live overseas from like a whole other group of people that we don't get to see
Yeah.
ever. Like doing this sort of thing also like gives us a connection to them because we have friends who will sit down and watch our stuff and comment. It that also just on a personal like feels nice when like your friend like sends you a message and is like, I watched the most recent such and such, what the hell? Like, so it's that same feeling as when we were sitting in a dorm.
Yeah.
Yeah,
like,
I
playing
understand.
Silent Hill together.
Yeah, I understand that.
University days.
Yeah, streaming is very similar to that. You get that whole like sitting in with your mates playing kind of vibe when people interact with you.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very cozy.
Yeah, I like it. We haven't gotten into streaming at all, but maybe someday. Yeah, soon.
It's good.
Yeah.
Nudge, 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 nudge.
Yeah.
Wink.
Yeah.
The face cam that people have been demanding for years.
No, that you've been demanding.
I'm not the only one. I'm not the only one. Commenters too. People in person.
People in person coming up to you like, where is the face? I didn't got no camera.
I have an iPhone. Go.
There you go. iPhone solves everything. I always hated that. Like, this is a complete aside. I always hated that because like I didn't have I only ever had one smartphone until like a year ago, and it got stolen, and I decided to replace it with a tablet and like portable Wi-Fi, and I had that for ages, and then finally I had to like give up because it was dying, and I was like, all right, I'm gonna get a smartphone.
Yeah. For
years, kind of rolled my eyes, even though I was jealous of all the things people could do with their iPhone. And then once I had one, I was like, I was like, it was like grandma. I was like, how do I make the thing go? How do I?
Who is this city? Is this my other child? Oh.
That was really fun.
It was funny. You were like, hang on, let me get out my phone. I'll tell you how all my settings are set.
Yeah.
I'm not even crap. Like,
number one priority. Keep the government out of my crap.
Hello, Mr. FBI agent.
Oh, you almost your monster.
almost fat. All over. Oh, that would be good. That would be good.
Oh.
Yeah.
Alright, I'm gonna move on and I'm gonna ask you. Okay. So like YouTube and Twitch and the like, they've had humble beginnings and progressively, evolved, and not just on the technical side, but also how people use it and interact with them as well. So I'm asking you, how has it shaped, the way you've worked, and by which I mean like both platforms have changed. And for various reasons, good and bad. Good and bad. Latest news and stuff. But, drama, salt. But has this affected, the direction you've taken and, the way you've presented yourself?
Yeah, I think, I think that YouTube is, yeah, I mean they're crazy over there. They're the adpocalypse going crazy.
Yeah.
The algorithm's always been crazy. It's just
always
like
changing, always inscrutable.
Like the minute, I mean, Twitch is going to replace YouTube eventually. They're gonna,
I think so.
They're going to move to this like they're gonna make a huge move in the way that their videos work and everything, and they're gonna replace it. And I'm really looking forward to that day. Really, which again, I'm totally a noob to Twitch. Like, I watched a few friends. I watched like the H3 podcast, bless, and but I'm really interested in having us start streaming with our fucking face cam because I think it'll be just fun. It'll be really fun. It'll be fun to like
to
check out. And so I'm looking forward to that with like exploring Twitch and stuff, just because I think YouTube is kind of on the way out. It's definitely like working. YouTube works against small content creators.
It does.
For sure.
Yeah.
You know,
I mean, we have the leg up that because the channel is as old as it is, there are like certain little things that, you know, that someone who's just starting out is fighting. So like I started at my Dark Souls, like Soulsborne channel at the end of December, right? I still can't, like, until I get at least 100 people following me, subscribe to me, I can't have a URL that isn't impossible to remember, that I don't have to like look up every time I want to share the channel, and that makes it really hard to send to people. You can't like okay, hang on, let me get out. Okay, youtube.com/UGQI123. Like, no, it's horrible. But we're from a time before then, so even before we hit 100, like we were still safe from that because we were what's called a legacy account. That because
yeah, I didn't even know that.
They can take away like our they could take away our monetization, but they couldn't take away because we're an old channel that have always had that.
They can never take away.
I can't take it, except that it needs to change because it still just has my name on it.
That's fine.
But that can actually.
Oh, sorry, I got a follow chain going on.
Yeah, I see that.
What's going on? It sounds like
That's how we introduce our channel.
Yeah.
Those, you know, we talk about our lady parts on our channel,
and everybody goes.
Oh gosh. If everyone in the chat would like to read, please do so now.
Yeah, always a good time.
Yeah. Your best Velociraptor impression. Now.
Yeah.
Gosh, when I was like when Jurassic Park first came out,
Oh my god.
I actually liked to play outside by myself and pretend I was a Velociraptor.
I'm pretty sure.
I bet you looked like a really intelligent child.
Okay, no, I have a playground story because of that. Back when Power Rangers, I was in 3rd grade. I was like 8 years old, and Power Rangers were really big. Everybody liked Power Rangers. The only time I've ever been popular in school, ever, my whole life, all the way through college, was at age 8 years old, leading the charge to create a whole Power Rangers team, including bad guys.
Nice.
On the playground. And you want to know what it got us? My teacher was so out of her mind and like, this is violence. That's a horrible show. And like literally sat the entire class out of recess.
Oh no.
That lady.
She was out of her mind. My family hated her because she used to set. There's whole story. Her name was Mrs. Fox.
Okay. We're calling people out now. Here we go.
Calling her out.
Fox, if you're out there, no, you're probably dead. Good.
She's probably no longer with us. She was pretty
See,
old.
another one that earned it, dude. She was asking.
But you know, as now that I am a teacher, it's like, oh, I feel you, lady. It's fine. You can be a bitchy old lady. It's fine. I understand. But yeah, that's the only time I was ever popular, and it got us kicked out of recess. And then nobody ever played with me ever again, like other than my like 2 friends or whatever.
Oh no!
Like, I always only had like I think my biggest group of friends, 3 or 4 other kids. Like I always tiny.
Yeah, it's all coming out now, guys. If you like to spam the salt emote, please go ahead.
Yeah, sorry, I was a bit harsh on Miss Fox there for saying.
Damn.
That it was a joke. I'm sorry. I apologize.
It was a social experiment.
It was just a social experiment.
It's a social.
Oh, nothing makes me break out in hives fast. Hearing that.
I need the breadberry. Anyway.
Yeah.
God.
Moving on.
Moving on. All right. Okay, it's video time. So,
Oh yay!
eh.
Video time.
now hopefully this is where I expect everything to go wrong. By the way, so apologies in
Alright.
advance.
Okay, I'm prepared. I'm waiting.
Here we go. Yeah. So, let's see. We actually might. I need to. Here we go. Yeah, salt. Go go.
What is that?
It's the salt.
It's the salt. Right, you might actually see my OBS now, so I do apologise. Hang on, let me just sort this out. Alright, that goes away. That stops. This is all professional, by the way. Alright, the most professional. Yeah, oops. There you go. Woo.
Professional
Yeah. So we're gonna talk about, because we've talked a lot about sort of your, gaming stuff. And now I'd like to move on to your non-gaming videos. So we've got a few examples. And yeah, this first one is Odaiba. Joyopolis in Odaiba. So I'm going to play this video. And please, this volume is down, by the way, chat. So they're going to comment over it.
Yeah, best we can.
This is what we're going to do. This is happening now.
I almost said dozo meshigari kudasai.
Please
eat it. I didn't mean that. Don't eat it, guys.
Okay, ikimasu. Actually, I'll put it in cinema mode. Or full screen. Go. So the sound is off, so please talk.
Oh yes. Here we are speaking.
We are speaking.
Yeah, so currently you're petting Sonic the Hedgehog. What's happening here?
Oh, somebody's petting Sonic. I can't see it. Why?
And
let me reload. Let me reload on
my
side.
Alright, should I pause it?
Okay, there it is.
There you go.
Yeah, there I am.
There you go.
Oh, it's the demon thing that was closed. We were like, hey, that looks cool.
Yeah, of course.
Oh, and the room of the living doll.
Mm-hmm.
The VR.
Oh yeah, and Fina, don't forget. It's very important.
Yeah.
So what's happening?
What
are you doing?
I was objecting. Objection.
Yeah.
This thing was interesting. You actually, it was almost like instead of you had a card and you had to to the different machines and solve the mystery.
Yeah.
But our Japanese level isn't high enough.
Yeah, no way. It's lovely out. No, it's always lovely to go out to a dive. It's always pretty and it's on the water.
Yeah.
So here's this room of the living dolls thing.
Yeah. Which is now VR, didn't you?
Yeah, it's like a VR sit down, get spooked experience.
Mm.
And it was my first VR experience, and it spooked me hard, dude.
You pretty hard.
It spooked you.
It's hard to spook me, but dude, they got me.
Yeah. It was creepy for me because as part of the experience, when you look to either side, you see generic people.
Yeah.
But you know who's actually sitting to either side, and you got your throat something in my experience, and I was like, ah! That's so freaky.
Yeah.
The one thing that was actually creepy, and no, it is a pretty spectacular experience. You got you have the VR, but it used to just sound,
just 3D sound,
and 3D sound, and they blow air on you, and your chair moves and stuff like that. And they still have those parts, but then they've added into it.
It's pretty fun.
Yeah, I mean it's a good time. It's a good time. I think the VR was a good choice to add on to it because it was really creepy on its own.
Yeah.
And obviously we can't you can't record inside and be too dark. So that's our illustration. And here's Cara talking about, I was spooked.
It scared me,
really
dude.
Scared. And
I was really impressed,
the eyes. Hey, eyes, or whatever it was.
Yeah.
She was it's all in Japanese.
Yeah.
The ghost girl shoots your eyes.
Hunt your eyes, and crawls up on the table to get your eyes.
Oh gosh.
Dude, it's good. It's good fun.
Mm-hmm.
If you're ever in the vicinity, if you don't live here, if you're ever in the vicinity, or even if you do live here, if you're ever in the vicinity and you go there, I definitely recommend buying the you're gonna be there all day. Definitely buy the most expensive
Definitely
pass
day
so that
pass
the
thing.
day pass, because if you buy just the regular entrance thing,
Yeah.
you have to like pay for every single thing that you want your eyes. My eyes. Every attraction and every you have to pay for individually, which is like fine if you're like, I just want to do one thing. You know, I just want to do the one thing and then like hang out or whatever in the arcade. That's fine because they do have a big Sega arcade there.
Yeah.
But not if you want to do lots of attractions, want to do all the different things, and then it's definitely recommended. You know, just
They have like an indoor roller coaster.
They do.
That's also a rhythm.
It's weird.
Yeah.
You have to play a rhythm game, and like whoever gets the most points, it like tells you, because like it's like forced.
Yeah, and everybody has like kind of a controller.
Yeah, and you have to whoever
and you
gets
go
the best.
through like a roller coaster
Sonic.
sequence, and then
There's
like
chili
it'll
dogs.
stop with.
And
you have to do a rhythm game.
Yeah,
and I didn't
weird.
understand it at all.
I know, it was really
I
strange. It was really strange. We were the only two in our car too, so there was no. I wasn't.
I lost super hard then. Let's just say that.
Oh, here we go.
Oh yeah, some misspellings and some English.
Yeah.
Some loyal milk tea.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. And the manatee. The
Yeah.
manatee thing is great.
This face
It's so
scanning
great.
thing. Please tell me about
scans
this.
your face, puts it on a manatee.
Yeah, didn't scan my face.
It was
though.
weird. I think it like aired. Like
I
it
think
just didn't
so,
get it.
But it got yours, which is
It
great.
did.
Because you did a horrific face.
I did really
Horrific. Look at that.
This is horrifying.
That, like, I bet you gave some child.
I hope so.
That's awful. What? Jeez. Re-hurt. That person saying that Mrs. Fox deserved to die, and she's dead already. She's not gonna be pissed off.
Look at me. I'm so purged.
True.
So pretty. But then I eat a thing and I turn gold. I got like the special
Yeah, you went
thing,
Super
so I was, like,
Saiyan.
the gold manatee floating around. And then we sat there and like ate churros, and you ate a chili dog.
I ate Sonic. So, I mean,
Say
no,
it.
I'm not
Finish
gonna
your
say it.
sentence.
I ate chili dog. It's a thing. Put it that way.
I've never had a chili dog ever.
I
But
have
I've
actually ever. I don't think I ever ate a chili dog.
I've always wanted to try one, only because, and I do apologize in
I
advance, only because there's an animated cartoon of Sonic the Hedgehog, and he was obsessed with chili
I love that
dogs.
show.
That's the only reason why I want to eat one.
Yeah. No,
That's
for
how it's
sure.
promoted. It's
Yeah.
like, buy the chili dog. Sonic recommends the chili dog.
Yeah, you should.
Oh my
do
gosh.
The place is owned by
Yeah.
Sorry, but these manatees are horrifying.
They're so terrifying, and I mean, mine's pretty terrifying, but there was at least one in there that was scarier
for
than
sure,
mine.
yeah.
Oh,
'Cause, like I
wow.
had like stuck as oh yeah, House of the Dead.
your mic broke up at the very interesting time then, because he stuck his zombies. What's this? Is this
Zombie. Yeah, this is House of the Dead, but like 4D. So you get put in a little buggy that moves around, and you've got like your light gun, and you're still playing House of the Dead,
Yeah.
but you're in a little buggy you're driving in a car and shooting things, and then sometimes the buggy will turn all the way around so you can shoot like whatever.
Yeah,
or
it's
whatever.
pretty cool.
It is pretty cool. Obviously, it would have been. It was. I was not even going.
There's that roller coaster.
Yay! Roller coaster and this strange thing.
Oh gosh.
Whatever.
Alright, I'm gonna pause the video though.
Okay.
Yeah, please, tell me about what is Joyopolis? So is it like a theme park with lots of games and whatnot in it?
Yeah, it's basically like an indoor theme park to a point.
Yeah.
Plus arcade.
But since it's owned by Sega,
Yeah.
they incorporate a lot of their games and stuff. There's like there are shops in there. You can buy loads of Sonic stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Anything that's done by Sega, like or any of the like collaborations that they're doing there. So like when we went there for the Resident 7 attraction, they had loads of Resident Evil 7. Yeah. But yeah, so they have lots of merch for that and lots of lots of Sonic stuff.
Yeah,
Sonic's walking around.
Yeah,
you know?
Yeah.
Anything also, so like anything Sega and like basically Capcom and as well. There's like a
Mhm.
lot of Capcom related things. So you have the Resident Evil, you have the Phoenix Wright, the Ace Attorney stuff going on, and they do like events. So like they were winding when we went, they were like winding down the Resident Evil focus and like doing the anime with the brothers. I don't know what it's called. I don't know. There's like 8 brothers. I don't know, the weird little like garlic dude ghost saw there for a second part of it.
Oh yeah. I think
that's like really popular. That special, like all the stuff at the cafes were like themed for that. And I think there was something they had set up maybe that was like a photo op thing or a extra. I don't even remember because I wasn't paying attention because I didn't give a crap. I was just like, I don't care about that. It's fine. But I don't know what's going on there now because they brought back, because Resident Evil the Gold Edition came out in December, so they brought back the Resident Evil like focus. But it's been a few months, so I don't know if they're doing the focus in the cafes or if they've switched over to something else. It's sometimes kind of hard to tell because
the website doesn't
doesn't always say, or the event page will still be there, but you'll show up, and a different event's going on. So, but both events are there. It's weird. But it's definitely worth going. Like, sure. And making a day of it is definitely recommended.
Yeah, it seems like a huge place.
It's
three
stories. 3 stories.
3 stories.
So there's lots of different attractions that are like game-like, and I think they have one that's based the driving anime. There's a bunch of there's driving ones. Yeah, like the good teacher, whatever. I don't.
Oh yeah. The blonde guy.
One. So they've got all kinds of different like little experiences, and I think they're probably trying to VR stuff.
Yeah, I went on that dolls. Demon thing, by the way.
Oh yeah.
It was closed in the video. Right, I went back with a thing. It was actually really cool. I can't even remember the name of it, but it was actually like really cool. It's for children probably, but like it was still awesome.
Yeah, and they
that was like you sit down.
Yeah.
All the walls are like kind of projected onto.
Oh, nice.
So, and there was like they would like blow air onto you. They'd also blow heat onto you, like when fire came up, and the whole like area would like spin around and like do all this. It was pretty awesome.
Yeah, no, I would scream. I'm a wimp.
There's a whole like floor basically that mostly Sega arcade stuff. We both attempted a Star Wars game.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. And I so I could avoid copyright strikes. I sang the Star Wars theme for that part of the video over me attempting to record playing a Star Wars game. Dun, 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 dun.
It's a really beautiful. John Williams would
He'd
be really
proud. Buy my single. I should release it as a single. Tea Time Records presents.
Yeah, Star Wars acapella.
Yeah.
Okay, now please explain this fella.
Oh, no.
What's going on?
What's going on?
Explain this.
Explain this.
That's some explaining. Oh man.
Oh, the Shin Gojira from the first Tokyo Comic Con.
That was great.
No, but this was so perfect. I didn't even see this guy walk up. I was so focused on the googly eyes.
I was watching the whole.
And then I started to zoom out, and this just happened. And it's just like, bring it.
This guy was like communing with.
Yeah, he's a hero, and I'm sad he's never he never encountered our video. Like I wanted to. A few cosplayers identified themselves because I wanted to
like on YouTube
in the comments so that I could be like, go this person thing, and I've never, sadly, I've not found Godzilla.
Yeah.
Coming after you guys.
So
I rode on on the Resident Evil motorbike racers.
Yeah. So Tokyo Comic Con has only been around for a couple of years, right?
Yeah, 2 years. Literally,
2 years.
yeah, 2 years.
It's only happened twice.
Yeah.
This is from the first one. It was a lot more sparse.
Yeah, it was like it was.
I mean, there was a lot of cool things to see. There's a lot of cool exhibits, and actually, the Resident Evil area was full of lots of really neat concept art. Even though we didn't give a crap about movie stuff, like really interesting stuff. And they had a shooting range, like for the airsoft guns. Like,
really?
Could use like because they have there's airsoft versions of all of the guns from the Biohazard series. So
oh wow!
You could shoot them. That was a thing.
Yeah.
And that's literally, I think that's what you were doing in that movie. You're like, shoot things.
Yeah.
Shoot.
Pew pew.
Second year, it was more. There was a lot more going on. A lot more merchandise being sold.
Yeah.
More. Oh yeah, that's when they had the lantern demo.
Yeah.
I forgot about.
I don't know how people can play Resident Evil 7 in VR. How? Because it's too scary.
Cara did a little bit. The last time we went to Capcom bar.
I would die. I would have a heart attack. I would have a literal heart attack.
Yeah, you know, it's pretty surreal because that was like I guess really my second VR experience ever was playing Resident Evil 7 at Capcom bar. The controller was like bugged out. That was sort of irritating. But actually, yeah, it was like alarmingly convincing.
Yeah.
Like I was just playing at the beginning of the game and like I buried my axe in Mia's neck and I was like, I think I murdered my wife.
I just murdered her. Oh no, she's fine.
It felt really real. Like I really bad.
Because I've seen a whole playthrough of it, just and VR as well. It makes, I don't know, for me at least, it makes me motion sick.
It makes me motion sick too. That's why I've been very. I haven't tried any of the current like generation of VR headsets because the few times I tried it when it was in its infancy, like way back, it always made me like so motion sick. And back then the headsets were really heavy. I mean, this is when you could only do it like at a special event or something, and they had a basic game where you had to like, you're a knight killing demons or something. And yeah, they were always so heavy, and it gave me a headache. And, I've kind of I want to try it, but I've been very I've shied away from it because I've.
Kim, have you tried the PS VR or the GC Vive? Either one of those?
No, I haven't.
Those, I mean, they might change your life. I don't know. Like,
it might change my life. Okay. I'll keep that in mind.
PSVR for Resident Evil 7, that had a few minutes of adjustment period. It was kind of like watching The Hobbit in 48 frames per second.
Oh yeah.
Right? That had a 10-minute adjustment period. Fine. Then it was okay, I understand what I'm looking at. And it was the same with VR. And then I did the Mario Kart in VR.
Oh yeah,
Mario Kart in VR. Oh god, Rainbow Road would be a nightmare.
Oh my gosh, yeah, that would be a nightmare.
I would scream. I close my eyes when I'm playing it. When I'm playing a Final Fantasy 14. I still close my eyes when I jump off tall heights. I'm like, when I'm falling.
Okay, I do that anytime kind of needle is involved, and anything because we play lots of horror games, so anytime a needle comes on the screen, I'm just I have to hit a button or something. It's okay, do the thing, or you have to inject yourself with whatever, and I'm just close my eyes.
But that, the HTC
and I'm making that face.
So Mario Kart VR uses the HTC Vive, which is really, high end to VR.
Yeah.
It's awesome. It didn't. I put it on and instantly used to it. Didn't take any adjustment.
Oh, that's good.
It was so much fun.
That's good.
We've got to do a video there, and it'll be hilarious. Really funny to watch other people play it. Because you actually, you have sensors strapped to your hand, so you actually have to throw items, and you look like a maniac. playing it. So I do want to do a video there. It would be fun.
Yeah, I think it would be fun.
But yeah.
Do that at some point. The VR zone.
Like, if you
Yeah.
to know exactly what to do, it would probably take
Alright,
like
well I'm going to use this as a segue to move on to the next set of videos.
the ending is
Yeah, because games, yeah. It's your main thing. Hang on, let me just close these.
Oh, I just noticed it says Marley's team time.
What? Does it? Oh no.
Oh, it does. That's fine.
Oh
Maybe
no.
We should actually call it the team time.
Team time. Oh, see, technical difficulties. I told you that. And I typo so
video.
much. Here's the perfect failure for me. Oh no.
No worries.
Maybe if I edit the video, I'll just like cross out. Whoopsie.
Time.
All right, so games. Yeah, so yeah, your main, or one of your main focuses for your channel is games and let's plays and whatnot. So I asked you your fave moments while making get videos, and you've pointed to me towards Deadly Premonition.
I pointed you towards this was a relatively recent one that was really golden and went on for quite some time.
Yeah. All right, let me start it then. Let's see. Beep. So it's this slowest. You've noted it as
The slowest car crash you've ever seen.
All right, here we go.
This is us like moonlighting as like fucking game test, because like this is one of the things that we've like accidentally ended up doing in games is like just like really noticing just how buggy, especially like more recent generation games can really be.
Look at her go.
Look at her go. She's
That
got
is-
flames on the side.
That is most certainly slow.
I was just like, wait. Like we came out of this building is called the Milk. It's like a grocery
It's a
store
grocery store,
slash convenience place. We came out and we were about to leave, you know, go do our next objective or whatever. I was like, wait.
What's Carol doing?
What is Carol doing? Why is her car moving? Like, I was like, wait, we have to see.
It just kept going. It's like, well, surely the car will stop
Well,
here.
yeah, surely.
Well, surely it'll stop here.
Oh, so you told me to go to like 6 minutes 50.
Yeah.
even though there's
Is it 50?
Speed it up a little bit, but I don't know
Once
how
you
much.
get to,
Here we go.
she's definitely going through the beam.
It took a few minutes. You just sat just watching her slowly crash.
Yeah, we just had to see how long it was
I
gonna
think
go.
I
think the whole experience took like 10 minutes.
Oh yeah, it was
At least. It was forever. We just sat there.
But we needed to do it for science.
It
'Cause,
was
like, we thought
really-
surely the car would have stopped, but it just
Yeah,
did
but like,
not.
look at her
And
go.
then
She's gone through the post. She's already gone through the post, like holding up like the little entryway. And
Is she going through the
she's
building?
going into the ice machine.
menace to society, dude.
And what's the real word?
Attack on the
Right?
Austin
Carol.
Powers, yeah.
Carol, she's and
Carol the
she has,
menace.
like, she has, and the thing is, I think her car. So like you can acquire everyone's vehicle. Like you can buy all the vehicles.
All right.
If you have the cash, and I believe hers is the fastest in the game. I could be wrong.
that's
I could be
hilarious.
misquoting, but I'm pretty sure hers is the fastest. I think the one that we
Not right
used,
now.
Richard's car, I think his is like the second fastest. But hers is, I think, the speediest and has like
It's
really
so
bad
fast.
handling. Like
It is
it's
so fast that even when parked, it goes.
Like, she's going into the building.
She's gone. There she goes.
She's gone.
Yeah.
She's like she's about to be like yeah.
Oh gosh.
Consumed by the milk bar. That sounds like an innuendo.
She's going throughout the other side as well.
Oh yeah. No, it's
Yeah.
from this point.
can scroll on.
Once she goes all the way in, like I sped up the video.
She fully enters.
Yeah. Here we go. I sped it up and I put it. I've been like ringing tears around the
Oh.
cover because it's the best. And just like watching her go.
Oh, bless gaming bugs, seriously.
The whole building. And just we couldn't not, and we were afraid because like just before we started, like while we were watching her, there's a character waiting for us to like go to the next objective, and she was like yelling at us like, "Come on over here!" So we weren't sure if we'd be able to walk far enough away to like watch this happen.
Yeah,
That's amazing.
But we managed to do it, and then she she emerges. Here she comes. Beautiful. The milk barn is birthing her.
Oh
you were
gosh.
birthed by the milk barn. You'll be the
The miracles of life.
She did it. Spoiler alert, she does eventually get stopped by the environment. But it's not the part of the environment that you. Yeah, this is the character like yelling at us like, "Don't go too far away. We have to go do things." Like, where are you going? Should I go on without you? No. Don't leave. Don't leave.
Oh, she's yeah, no, she's going.
bound.
Yeah,
She's
so
still
we're like, okay, we have
going.
to stay here and watch her.
Where we could.
That's amazing.
Yeah, she goes lowrider.
Ooh.
She finally hit
Like at some point, I don't even know what it was.
You are like
that off.
that shit.
Oh my
But, like,
god.
she goes.
Right.
Yeah.
I got
That's
it.
beautiful. That is truly
So,
beautiful.
Like, yeah, she hit the gate.
It really is. This is art. I'm pretty sure this was intentional, but I'm pretty sure Swery. We can like tweet him or whatever.
Mm.
I'm pretty sure this was intentional.
Oh,
It was.
Oh,
it
no,
represented
no, she
the you know how it is to move through life.
round the gate.
Yeah.
It is as slow as
Slow and steady wins the
Right.
race.
This is the greatest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Except that she don't win nothing. She just stuck in the cage.
Yeah.
The end.
Sometimes when you are birthed from the milk barn,
Mm-hmm.
merely stagnant.
Beautiful.
Yeah, like the thing that ends up stopping her is like
Like a bush,
the
right?
bushes stop.
The bushes
Not
stop.
the like the chain link fence.
Not the solid
not,
objects.
Not an entire building. But the rock hard hedge.
Yeah. Yeah, Mother Nature's
that
powerful.
that has the hitbox that's gonna stop.
Dude, look at that. Carol, no.
Cannot stop Mother Earth. Alright.
Oh, That's it. You've discovered it. The
That's
secret like message from Swery. Like the spiritual message.
Yeah.
Deep hidden
There
deep
she goes.
inside.
You hear that, climate change deniers? You cannot stop
That's
Mother
Yeah,
Earth.
that's right. The hedge, it'll stop you.
The hedge will stop you. Stop
There's that
by a
changeling
bush.
version.
Alright, so climate
She's
change
finally-
and the future. Let's speak more about the future. So your channel.
That's right. Yeah, there
Yeah.
you go.
Your the future of your channel amongst climate change.
Amongst climate change. Well,
The
as
climate of YouTube.
yeah, a hell of a lot of climate change.
Oh god.
Yeah, so where would you what do you see for the future of your channel? I mean, you mentioned Twitch earlier, but you know, what going forward, I'm using business lingo here. Going forward.
Quite.
Yes. Going forward, you know, what are you planning to do? Is there any like future goals you seek?
Dot.
Dun, dun, dun.
No, I
The
actually
future goal you seek?
Yeah.
Well,
I
Yeah.
think
to see you, our channel, subscribing, giving. No,
yeah.
I can't even do that with a straight face.
Smash
I'm like
that
a
like
vomit.
button. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell icon. I think we want to.
I'm just gonna play a video while you talk.
Okay.
Yeah.
do that.
For it. Just playing more stuff that we want to play. Playing stuff that other people want to see as well.
Mm-hmm.
But also like I want to do like when we go out somewhere, like they're on Dice Quest,
Yeah, we're on Dice Quest here.
or you know at Joyplus, like kind of going to like you know nerdy places, like places that have to do with games. You know, like
Yes.
tabletop games or video games, whatever, or horror. Like either one of those things. Going to those places and just kind of being like, this is some stuff that you can do here.
Yeah.
This is what they have.
Right.
And sort of kind of not being like a J vlogger, which is like not, you know, there's nothing wrong.
not throwing shade on J-Vlog.
So my best friend is a J vlogger,
Yeah.
but literally I actually know some J
Yeah,
vloggers.
yeah, yeah.
They're lovely. So it's fine, but that's kind of not really what we're going for. We're just like,
No.
look, there are game things here, and
Mm.
you can here we go.
Here you go. But we're also
look at
we're
it.
not really there's also kind of like a subgenre of J-vlogging which has to do with like here's where to go for the best anime figures. Here's how to like get the best deal on such and such. And we don't really do that either. It's more of like creating a situation where like in the same way that Let's Plays do, where you're kind of like living vicariously. Because like not everybody has not everyone lives here. Not everybody has an opportunity to visit. And some people like I'll be honest, like this video here, like Dice Quest, like I would have never thought to have like looked up like where do you buy tabletop supplies when you're living in Tokyo?
Seriously, I've had loads of trouble. I should have followed your advice on this video.
Well, specifically go to the one in freaking Akiba because that's the best one for sure.
Okay.
Because it's a separate. There's more than one yellow sub in Akiba, and this one is specifically devoted only to table floor.
Nice.
Building. So and it has the biggest dice. Well, it was actually it was slim pickings compared to usual. Actually, in designs, they were kind of low.
Damn, I'm going here.
But you can't tell because there's so many. I think that's one thing we want to do. We want to keep doing that sort of thing because we know that actually the videos we do that are like that, where we're showing something, quote unquote, in real life,
IRL,
as
the children say.
The children say, those actually tend to get the most love. People are usually interested in that sort of thing. I think we do want to look into maybe doing stream stuff and see where that goes and how that makes us evolve and change the way that we play. And I think we do one of the other random things that we do. We talk about the Georgia coffee like taste test thing we did. We also did a taste test a long time ago. That was like we were tasting like health drinks in Japan because like I remember playing Silent Hill and being like, what health drinks? Okay, whatever. Video game, imaginary thing. No, that's a thing here.
Yeah, there's a thing here.
Any little brown bottles
and green bottles, sort of thing. You're welcome for that censorship.
Yeah.
That's my favorite censorship I've ever. So like, I think I would really like to revisit that because that was something we did ages and ages and ages ago. I think we'd like to revisit some of those and do more of those things. We went to a special Resident Evil 7 thing at TGI Fridays. They had like a collaboration. We've got a video on. That was fun because I literally dragged my laptop and my mic and like all this shit so that we can have higher quality audio. It was still gonna be kind of garbage because we were in like a big loud public place, but it ended up working pretty well. So we did that, and we want to do more of that thing. And
that's another part of the living vicariously. The TGI Fridays and Resident Evil 7 collaboration is whatever. I mean that's lame. But if I was in back in New Mexico,
I would
want to know what that. I would want to get that drink. So like it's just like, well, you can't get this here. We'll try to describe it to you and we'll try to give it to you with our words.
For sure. And
secondhand experience.
And like Still make right. I think as far as like Let's Plays go, we have a couple of things in mind for whenever we finish Deadly Premonition. Eventually finish Evil Within 2. We'll get there. I think one thing I've wanted to, speaking of like Japan stuff, like one thing I think we both wanted to do, but like it always keeps it's just been like pushed is to do like, this is a really big umbrella term, Asian horror, but I like more. I would like to do games that actually touch on that, and not just playing like quote unquote Asian horror games, but where we can relating those back to like what we know of history and the situation
Yeah.
and how
Put,
things
like,
actually are.
For example, this game called Kuon that like nobody knows about except like weird horror junkies like us.
Yeah.
It was on the PS2.
Yeah.
We played that when we were in college, and playing it now, I still wouldn't. I know about like Japanese horror stuff,
Yeah.
like what is scary to people in
Yeah.
and what their dead people do or whatever, like what their I know about that. About Marley knows about more history,
more superstitions
kind of, and like history
like because there is a certain, because like you're playing as you play multiple characters. One, the character is basically an exorcist, and the other one is the daughter of another. That's how that works. And like how that those sorts of things. And they're one of the games that I've been name drop if anybody wants us to play it. One of the games I've been really itching to play is Division.
Oh yeah.
And that it's funny because like I watched
like,
a
we'll
little bit.
Have it
yeah. I watched a little. I didn't want to spoil the whole thing for myself. I didn't want to spoil it for myself, so I just watched like one part of it. Because I was just like, oh, I don't know what I'm gonna get to play. I'm gonna watch this part of it, and it was really funny because there wasn't like a single, none of the few YouTubers that I watched play the whole part of it, none of them even knew what country it was from.
Yeah,
which was kind of embarrassing. It's Taiwanese, and that's really important to the setting and the period in which the game takes place.
Right.
And we are not experts, and we're a couple of white girls. But we did in college. We studied modern Chinese history through film, and so we have a little bit of something to share, like regarding that time period, and also just the theme of Taiwanese identity. I'm not even going to go there, but that's the big thing that we got touched on a lot. Okay, we got touched on a lot in our classes. That was a recurring.
Yeah.
And yeah, really important to that game, and so I've been itching to play that, and it's a relatively short one. Actually, most age relative, like they're very reasonable length.
Yeah,
kind of games.
A short and sweet.
Yeah, experience, which I miss those games. You're talking to somebody who loves the Souls game. I love my long, grindy games. I love Shin Megami Tensei. I love these things that I like pour over 100 hours to every time I play. But I think there's been
not every game.
They don't all need that. They don't all need that. And there's a lot of games that are hurt by being too long, and sometimes by being too short. Like people who are like, oh, I need to do it short and sweet, but then it's like way too short. They don't go deep enough with their characters or whatever.
It's all a balance.
It's a balance. So
just like film.
Yep. Right. But just I mean, like I was like, tell us if you want to see detention, but like we do close attention to things people suggest. Actually, there's a game on Itch.io that one of the creators sent me a request that we play the demo like months ago, and it's not a horror game, but it is like gothic. And I'm so sorry we still haven't played it yet. We were gonna do it as a Valentine's Day special because it's a simulation game. It's kind of dating sim. We did a thing last year where we played How to Fool Boyfriend for Valentine's Day. So we were like, oh, maybe we'll just make this as like a funny thing. Like we play a sim game for Valentine's Day, and then like two of the three of us, it was us and our friend Jazz. So 2 out of the 3 of us were sick, and one was getting over being sick, and it just didn't happen. Well, maybe we could do it for White Day, and then like life changes have been happening.
Yeah.
And, like no good, but I'm hoping eventually we'll get to that, because it was like really nice to be reached out to play. Like that too. If you got something that you're like, I think you guys would enjoy this, please send it our way, because we do listen closely to what the people want.
We play with an open mind as well.
Yeah, we tend to play with an open mind. You know, we're here to make the dick jokes and to and to make you feel uncomfortable.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, we will always, no matter how much salt we are throwing at you, and Evil Within, we are attempting to play with an open mind. Attempting.
Yeah, I mean, it has its moments. It's like literally like 50% of the game, right?
Yeah.
It's just like interspersed with that other 50%. It's not like the first half, it's little bits.
Bits. It's you just get these little tidbits. But yeah, I think it's kind of like we're just gonna keep doing what we're doing. But you know, I think we're interested in what's the branching? That's the word I'm looking for, branching out. But staying within kind of our little niche we have of
Field trips.
more field trips. Yeah, maybe. Need money. need money for a field trip.
More field trips and taste
Test, yeah. Yeah, definitely want to do more of that. I have some Resident Evil.
We need to eat that before bed.
Yeah, we do. I was about to be like,
Silence.
I was like, wait, will it go bad? Yeah, it will go bad. It may already. If it has, we'll just buy more.
Just buy
We'll
more.
just eat it anyway.
Yeah.
I posted a picture on our Facebook, but I don't think almost anybody saw it. But they totally have like Dragon Quest. It's
What?
Dragon. Oh, you broke up
like
a bit.
blue. Yeah, it makes a little slap.
Dragon Quest lime curry.
Yeah.
Dragon Crest lime curry.
Dragon Quest.
Dragon Quest.
Lime curry. Oh, slime curry. I thought you said lime.
Lime curry.
The little blue
That sounds
slime.
good.
That's what I was thinking. It's lime flavored, but it's blue. Okay, slime. That makes more sense.
What lime?
Yeah.
Carrot and curry. But yeah, do more goofy things like that. I think we want to do. Oh, one thing we have to refilm. And maybe we'll actually get to work that fucking thing we found at Super Potato for Resident Evil Outbreak. Remember that like case? It's like a case, like a thing that like put your PS2 into it, and it's supposed to like make noises and stuff. But we couldn't get it to work. I need to buy some other cable, see if we can get it working, because that was one of the things that was lost when we had that weird. I had that weird snafu like.
That was kind of like an unboxing of something we found it. So.
Yeah, which is a fun little game shop where you can buy really retro and not so retro.
That's sweet. No, I really need to go there.
Yes, actually, one thing I want to do a comparison. There's the famous Super Potato is in Akihabara.
Yeah.
Where we did Dice Fest, but there's another one in Ikebukuro, and sometimes the one, to be honest, is better.
The selection's
better, and it's not usually. It's really
the selection of games is better.
Yeah.
All right.
The selection of like merch and stuff is better in Akiba, and there's like a retro arcade.
Yeah, there's an arcade upstairs.
There are like 3 floors.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
it's pretty cool.
I think it'd be fun to do.
It might be easier for me to go to Ikebukuro.
Yeah, it'd be fun to do like a comparison.
Yeah, you gotta check it out, dude.
It's good. It's fun, and it's usually not as crowded.
Yeah.
So, because not as many people are going to that.
I found a lot of good stuff.
Yeah. I found like a copy of like
Seaman was there. We found Seaman.
Seaman.
I have to make sure I pronounce it as Seaman.
Seaman.
On one
It's a British one. Seaman. Man.
Yeah, it was a PS2. And people, like, I posted about it laughing because I was like, haha, there's a game called Seaman.
And people were like, what?
And then, yeah, people knew what it was. I was like,
yeah.
Whoops, well, I guess I missed that boat.
The boat with all the Seaman on.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's like that fucking game where you play as a mosquito and you like try to bite people.
Yeah.
Oh.
One of those weird. Speaking of cult classics, I don't know. Like I've seen that game a bunch at Book Off in the game section. Used. I've been tempted to buy it, but I haven't. It's always cheap, so
it's creepy.
It is creepy.
Like not in a horror way.
Like no,
like
it's just creepy because it's like, you know,
like land on the wife's boob and
Yeah,
suck her
suck her
blood.
blood. For so many seconds without her noticing,
Okay.
so you get as much nutrients as you can. I don't know, like weird, really. Weird.
Sounds like a child.
Japan is weird, guys.
What?
Sometimes Japan really is that weird. Like
Okay.
sometimes you walk out of
Yeah.
your apartment and you're like,
Oh damn.
no, it is that weird. Today it is that weird.
Yeah. There you go. It has its moments.
Has it
Does.
Yes.
other
Now.
times it's normal, but what? Anyway.
Magical place. Right, so I'm gonna have to wrap
Some
up,
magical
unfortunately. I'm gonna have to wrap up. Now, thank you
Yes.
so much for coming on the show.
Thank you.
Yeah. Is there
thank
any?
you.
Really exciting to do.
Yeah, no, it's awesome. I'm very glad. I mean, I've been wanting to do something like this for a long time, and I talk to lots of people about things they do, and I just want to like showcase people because they're awesome. Other people are awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, man. I mean,
Yeah.
it's especially to be on the first episode. We're
Yeah, we're
christening,
episode 1.
christening your channel.
Yeah.
With
Episode
I couldn't
Welcome,
ask for.
Mrs. Fox. I'm still sorry, I guess.
Yeah, and I mean, like,
Come to our channel for way edgier humor.
Yeah, it's fantastic. You know, you talk about that, and you totally roasted your grandmother.
I did.
Come to our
I
channel
roasted your
where we
grandma.
roast grandmas while simultaneously talk about turning into them in our 30s. Like, there's our channel in a nutshell.
Yeah.
All while it's like revving a chainsaw, like yeah.
So, is there any like last minute shout outs you'd like to do? Would you like to direct people to your channel? Go, social media.
So the channel, which we have softly rebranded more generally as The Tea Time, URL is still the old one, youtube.com/Marley's Tea Time, all one word, Marley's YS Tea Time. And feel free to roast your grandmother's giving other insulting. Yeah, that's how we roll, man. That's how we roll.
Well, yeah,
That's
it's
how we
every
roll.
day, bro.
It's every day.
In the wise words.
Oh dear God. Let's see. Facebook is Mar, all one word, and Marley's Tea Time is my Twitter, which is kind of more my personal Twitter. But when I tried to shorten it to make it more my personal Twitter versus channel Twitter, it was taken. So I haven't found a better thing. So there's that. We want to shout out to we have another shout out to Jason, aka Atheist, who made our lovely new icon, and also made my icon for my soul.
Yeah.
There he does a really awesome. His style is really great.
Yeah,
and
it's very very good.
We have more new art coming for the Tea Time from Arts by Frankie Delmar, a friend of ours, also recently branded. So yeah, if you actually, I think I can't remember the website, but they have an Instagram. So if you do instagram.com/arts by Frankie, Frankie is FRANKIE. You'll find their stuff. They're actually working on a game as well.
Nice.
Their own game. Cool. Do you have anybody else you want to add? Just like to the list.
I mean, if you want to hear more roasting grandmas and shit like that, and even edgier stuff maybe, and even more mundane stuff, you could also check out my Instagram.
Oh yeah.
My name is Cara Corruption.
Yeah, I'm Marley's Dead.
Yep.
Yep, there you
You
go.
can find me through Cara.
Lots of Twin Peaks on my Instagram, but hey.
Yeah, and I'll be like, because this will go up on YouTube after. Not tonight, because I need to sleep.
No,
but like tomorrow, definitely tomorrow, and I'll be like posting all the links that they've mentioned and whatnot in the YouTube video description.
Yeah.
So have a look at that.
And shout out to Leek for like doing this
so
for like you're always like one of our biggest cheerleaders. 'Cause I was jealous.
Oh.
We always
Yeah,
appreciate
you're always
it.
so supportive of all our creative endeavors, no matter like how dumb they are.
Yeah.
You're just the best.
Yeah. Sure.
Oh. Oh, you guys. Oh, okay. Well, I'm gonna have to wrap up now. So if you say goodbye, goodbye.
Goodbye.
Yeah.
Whee!
I'm gonna mute you now. Bye.